The case study in which I am presenting on is Cook versus Colgate. This case study is where Colgate University is appealing the judgment entered by the United States District Court for the Northern District of New York by Judge David Hurd. Judge Hurd ruled that Colgate elevate the women's club ice hockey team to varsity status and to provide equal funding and benefits equal to the men's ice hockey team. Some facts of the case. Colgate is a private university that has a male varsity hockey team and a female club ice hockey team. The university allows each club sport every 2 years to apply for varsity status. The women's ice hockey team had applied for varsity status for almost over a decade. And each time the women's hockey team was denied the status of varsity. The difference between a varsity sport and a club sport is quite substantial. A varsity sport, in general, receives more recognition on the campus, more encouragement, and also more financial support. Whereas a club sport, it's student ran, it gets less financial support, and it has inferior facilities. But club teams allow for students who are new to the sport or at an intermediate level to experience the sport. The plaintiffs of the case were 5 women on the ice hockey team, and they filed this suit in 1990, stating that the university's failure to provide a comparable ice hockey program equal to the men was violating Title IX, which is a amendment that states that there is equal opportunities in the education process for both women and men. Colgate, which is on the defense of this case, decided that, or was arguing that this point is not substantial in the sense that Title IX should not be represented in a sports by sports case, but in a athletic program as a whole, and that Colgate sponsors multiple sports for men and women on the varsity level as well as on the club level. During the trial, the Judge Hurd agreed with the plaintiffs, stating that Colgate did favor the men's hockey team over the women's hockey team, violating Title IX. He found that this was done without sufficient justification. He then ordered that Colgate upgrade the women's hockey team to varsity status in the 1993 and 1994 academic year, with also providing equal opportunities to the women's hockey team as well as the men's hockey team receives. After the ruling, Colgate decided to appeal this case, and they did, and they went to the Second Circuit Court. When they went to the Second Circuit Court, the court decided that they would overturn the decision made by Judge Heard for a different kind of reason, not necessarily for violating Title IX or for Colgate not violating Title IX, but in the sense that the plaintiffs did not hold any stake in the outcome of the decision. And the reason based on this is that 3 of the women plaintiffs were graduating before the 1993 and 1994 academic year, and that 2 of the plaintiffs were graduating at the end of the 1993 semester. In justification of ruling that they would not benefit from the ruling, making it mute, is that the court decided that the plaintiffs filed this case as individuals and not as leaders of an organization. Basically, reassuring the fact that they would not benefit from the previous ruling. And also, they did state that if they would have made this claim as a leader of the organization, benefiting the women's ice hockey team, that the court may have stayed with the claim.